Hey everyone, it's Chloe. I'm the Family Day Coordinator at the Wyckoff House Museum, and since we can't have Family Day at the museum due to quarantine restrictions, I am going to be bringing you our May Family Day activity from home. So, we are going to be talking all about the wonderful, soothing, lovely powers of herbs for our May Family Day, and I'm going to show you how to make a wonderful herbal bath mixture that you can use for some nice restorative aromatherapy, especially on a really gloomy, blustery spring day like today. So let's get started. I'm going to show you the materials that we need, and then I'm just going to walk you through it quickly. So the main ingredients that I'm going to use for my base are Epsom salts and oatmeal. And so oatmeal is a grain, not an herb, but it's very soothing. It's an ingredient in a lot of things for sensitive skin, so this is a good bet. And then Epsom salts are really nice for bath soaks because the salt is actually really relaxing to your muscles. If you don't have Epsom salt, it is okay to use like a kosher cooking salt. That's also fine. This has kind of a bigger grain, you can see there. So I like this, but basically any salt is all right as long as it's not road salt. So next up, all of this stuff is kind of optional, but I have some olive oil, and this is a great ingredient that you can use if you have almond oil or any other type of kind of nice food grade safe oil. Almond oil is really good for your skin. Jojoba oil, is that how you pronounce it? All that good stuff. Then you can kind of go on a nice little raid of your spice cupboards. Obviously, some spices are very strong and you don't want to be soaking in them, but I found this orange peel, dried orange peel, and that's a great one. I also have some dried lavender here in this bag, and this is my main dried herb that I'm going to use for this herbal bath. Lavender is one of my favorite herbs ever because the smell, it's just really soothing. It makes me feel like bringing right back to like being a child, and it just feels very relaxing. It has really great kind of calming properties, and you might see it especially for like any kind of sleep remedy. It's supposed to kind of make you feel calm and sleepy. So if you need something soothing, this is a great choice. On the Wyckoff Farm, we have a wide variety of really nice herbs. I wish I had some lemon balm because that's one of my favorite herbs that we grow at Wyckoff, but I don't have any with me. I do have this fresh mint that I grow, and I didn't have time to dry it because I've just been growing this lately, so I'm just gonna put it in fresh, and I think it should be just fine like that. So mint is kind of the opposite of lavender. Lavender is kind of soothing, and mint is kind of energizing. So I'm not really sure what kind of properties this mix will have, but I really like the smell together. And then I also have this orange, and I have a little bit of orange essential oils that I found when I was combing through my cupboard. So I really like essential oils, but you should be warned if you're doing this at home with any little kids that essential oils are a little bit stronger than some of the other ingredients. So if you have sensitive skin, you might not want to touch them directly. That's why I'm going to use a spoon and a mixing bowl to mix my ingredients together. So I have pretty much everything. I also have a little bit of shea butter. There was only a tiny bit left, and I actually just kind of melted it a little bit. If you have cocoa butter or vitamin E oil or any other kind of skincare ingredient that's more moisturizing, you can definitely mix that in too. And I encourage you to do a little bit of research and see what ingredients that you have at home that might be safe to use for this. So I'm going to get started with this. It's super simple. I'm just going to take my Epsom salt and I'm going to pour it in the mixing bowl. And I honestly do not need too much for this. I just put in about that much, maybe about 1/4 cup. And then I have my oatmeal. Again, you don't need that much. And I'm going to put in also maybe about 1/4 cup. There you go. And then I'm going to mix in my oils. Very nice. This is the shea butter. I'm going to spoon that in and then wipe off the extra on my hand. And then a little bit of olive oil. these are really good for your skin, very moisturizing. If you're anything like me, your parents might put olive oil in your hair if there was a lice scare going around your school. So it can be kind of nice and cleansing. And then I'm gonna put in my lavender. I'm just gonna do a little sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Ooh, that was kind of a lot. Who cares? It smells good. Okay, so lavender, and then a little bit of orange peel. I like this because it makes me feel kind of like I'm making like a secret potion, you know? And this is really fun for little hands to do some nice mixing and stirring. All right, so I'm gonna just rip up my nice mint. And again, since I'm using essential oils and they're a little bit strong, I am going to be mixing with a spoon. Some other things that I have heard of people putting in baths that I don't have with me are calendula, which is another really great calming herb. Echinacea is another one that we grow on the farm that has a ton of wonderful health benefits. Echinacea is supposed to be very good for your immune system if you ingest, which means eat it. But please don't eat this because it's gross. Don't eat things that go in the bath. I feel like I shouldn't have to say this. You already know. Okay, so here's what my nice bowl looks like, and I'm just going to mix, mix, mix. And the shea butter, of course, is all blobby, so you're gonna wanna kind of smush with the spoon to break that up. I wish you could smell this through the video because it smells so super duper good. And I like this because the texture should be a little bit clumpy. Again, depending on how much oils you put in versus how much salt and oatmeal you put in, it's totally up to you. Mine is definitely a little bit on the oilier side, but you can see, if you look at it, it looks kind of like clumpy and doughy. So, now that I have this all mixed up, I'm going to take a little scrap of fabric, and I'm literally just going to use, this is like a scrap from the scrap bin in my house. It's thin fabric. If you want, you could use cheesecloth. Another suggestion that I really like is if you have any mismatched socks where you lost one of the socks, use the other sock, and you can even just tie it off with a rubber band. I found these little pieces of string. I think they might be shoelaces. But they're a nice zesty orange color to match my zesty awakening orange smell. So I have my string at the ready, I have my fabric, and again, you don't have to use fabric. You could use like tights, like if you cut off a piece of hose, you could use a sock, you could use pretty much anything that is kind of soft and stretchy. So I'm scooping this right into the middle of my fabric, making a little pile. And again, I'm only gonna put about 1/4 cup. So that's just about this much. And you can see that I have this nice little lump, and I'm just going to add a tiny bit more. So I don't want this to be too full. If you have ever come to Wyckoff and have done our herbal sachet activity, this is not too different from that. I'm just gonna take this and make a little bundle by gathering up the corners, and you will start to see that the oils are kind of soaking through the bottom there, which looks really good, and it smells amazing. This is probably the hardest part for little hands to manage, but it's also kind of the most exciting part. I'm just going to take my string and wrap it around and tie it really nice and tight. This knot, I think, is good, and then with the extra string, you can either make a little loop and then tie this onto the faucet of your bath and use it kind of like a tea bag so that the water runs over it, or you can put this directly into the bath and you can kind of swirl it around. You'll notice that the oils will kind of be bubbling out, and not only will you get the smell, the oatmeal gives a nice kind of silky texture to your bath, and it's really fun to squish it and play with it. So none of these ingredients are harmful if you don't put them in this, but I like this because I share my bathtub with my roommates and I do not want to get a bunch of gloop all over the bathtub and then they're going to be mad at me and I'm going to have to clean it up. So this is a nice kind of secure and safe little sachet to put in your bath and kind of experience some nice herbal healing firsthand. So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, if you want to do any substitutions, just make sure that you're abiding by the rules of what is safe and good for your skin. If you need to do a little test where you just rub a little bit on your skin and wait for like 10 or 15 minutes just to be sure that you're not allergic to anything, that's probably a good way to go. Just use your common sense rules and make sure that we clean up our workspace when we're done so that other people can also use our space. So that's the end of this activity. I hope you liked it. Make sure that you comment and let us know what you think. And we will see you back at Wyckoff soon. In the meantime, I hope you're able to maybe even grow some herbs of your own, maybe have a little windowsill garden, or at least get some nice dry ingredients and make a lovely herbal activity like this. See you soon. Bye.